Hi, I'm Lara Holliday, and today I want to teach you how to set meaningful, actionable intentions. To get started, let me tell you why I tend to prefer to work with intentions rather than goals or New Year's resolutions. Intentions are about how we want to be, not what we want to do. And this is a really powerful concept, especially in a time when we can't necessarily plan or predict what we're going to be able to do. Also, for many of us rather ambitious women, we can get so caught up in the busyness of all the work that it takes to plan things to do that we can lose sight of what we really want the experience of our life to be. Goal setting, of course, can be really important when it comes to specific, measurable deliverables for work-related output. There are situations in which I think goals are really essential and make a lot of sense. You know, your financial goals to make sure that you're on track, making sure you're eating enough leafy greens in your diet. These are all things that you can set measurable, specific goals around. But when it comes to how we want to live our lives, goals just feel a bit too binary and punitive to me. You meet your goal and you win, or you don't and you fail. And I think life requires a bit more finesse than that, especially in times like this. Intentions, on the other hand, leave more possibility for new and different ways of solving problems. So when we're trying to resolve long-standing issues or trying to move an effort forward, we tend to work off of existing assumptions that we have. We all do this without realizing it, but these assumptions can be incorrect. We don't always have to do things the way we think we have to do them. When we set goals with specific measurable outcomes and deliverables in place, we're cementing in place actions based on our assumptions. But if our assumptions haven't ever been challenged, those actions may not actually get us the best outcomes. When we work more with intentions, on the other hand, we give ourselves the opportunity to explore a multitude of pathways and just be more creative in our problem solving. So as an example, my intention for this year is to enable more women to thrive in the workplace. Now, you could see through this intention in a variety of different ways. I could continue to expand the Tide Risers membership. I could work more with my private coaching clients. I could work more with my corporate clients. And I will do all of those things, and I'll set measurable goals against each of those pathways. But importantly, if I keep the intention of helping more women thrive in the workplace at the center of my consciousness all year, if I keep that intention right in front of me, I may find other ways to meet that intention that I can't even think of now. There might be a bigger opportunity for me than any of those pathways that I can think of right now. So I don't want to head into this year assuming that I know all the answers or think that I know how to solve all of these problems right now. I want to leave myself open to the possibility that I could learn something new that may help me create a new way to meet my intention. So let's do our first exercise, creating your wanna-dos. Take out your journal and think, is there anything that's been bubbling at the back of your mind for some time that you've always thought you wanted to do? This could be something you've always dreamed of or fantasized about doing. If only you had more time, money, education, credentials, network, whatever it is. You might have multiple wanna-dos. In fact, I hope you do. Your wanna-do can be big or small. It could be writing a book, seek a new promotion, pursuing a career shift, or it could be something like allowing yourself to go to the movies alone once a week because that's something that really fulfills you. It could be about changing the dynamic of a relationship. It really could be anything. There could be something that's maybe been holding you back from ever pursuing this before, but for this moment in time, let's just pretend that none of those impediments exist for you. And don't worry, nobody ever has to look at this. Just go ahead and write down your wanna-dos with abandon. Okay, now that you've written down a few of your wanna-dos, we're going to hold on to them for a moment and we're going to look at values. Now, when I work on setting intentions, I always want to use my values as a foundational support for creating intentions. So we're going to do an exercise together now to focus on our values. I'm going to ask you to write down your top 3 to 5 values. And just to help you get the creative juices flowing, I'm going to share this list of values here so that you can kind of just look at them and choose from this list, but please don't let this list limit you. I'm also including on here, by the way, the Tiderisers leadership principles, because for me, those are really fundamental values in my life and they may be useful for you as well. Now, if you've been in the practice of examining your values in the past, don't be surprised if you find your values have shifted. The world's been changing around us and we're constantly learning and growing. So it's useful to re-examine our values every once in a while. So grab your journal again and respond to these journaling prompts. First, what are your top 3 to 5 values? List them down here. Secondly, to what extent do you feel your daily activities currently align with your values? Third, where can you find overlap between your values and your wanna-dos? So even if it feels like a stretch, I wanna see if you can match your wanna-dos with your values now. So take a few minutes to do that journaling. And now we're going to get to work on developing intentions. For each of those values you listed, I'd like you to make a statement of intentionality that relates to each value. And I'd like for at least one of your intentions to be related to at least one of your wanna-dos. I'd like you to give yourself the opportunity to explore doing that thing you've always wanted to this year. We're living in a time of great change. And whenever there's change, opportunity is always present. We just have to find it. For today, we're just going to work on matching values to intentions and incorporating at least one of your wanna-dos. But after this video today, you may want to spend some time also setting specific measurable goals relating to each of those intentions to support your intentions. The really wonderful thing about living with greater intentionality is that it opens up new possibilities and opportunities for you. So I'd like to invite you to join Tiderisers to really start living with greater intentionality with us. We're going to be kicking off a 6-week program in March. This is our flagship cohort-based program. It's a really special program. Hundreds of women have been through it now, and they've told us that the experience has really helped them feel stronger and more effective and more fulfilled, both in their personal and professional lives. It's a really great way to build meaningful relationships that last a lifetime with our amazing network of women leaders across the US and the UK and the EU. So please go to our website, wearetiderisers.com, to learn more, and we hope you'll join us. Thanks for being here with me today.